Hello. Thank you again for joining me on Aging Gracefully. Today is our second episode. I want to say thanks to my subscribers. I really appreciate the feedback and the conversations that we've had so far. We're in the month of June, and June is celebrated or observed as Alzheimer's and Brain Health Month. If you want to know more about how to care for your brain, the importance of caring for your brain, please go onto their website at www.alz.org. Aging is a beautiful thing. I know that may sound a bit challenging for some persons to accept or receive, but at this stage of my life, I realize and I can appreciate that aging is a beautiful thing. I know the advertisements that we see every day contradicts that. They want to sell us all these wonderful products that will make us be forever young or appear to be forever young. And while I disagree with some of what the advertisements have put out and the lovely commercials, what I do agree with is that it is very important for us to take care of our mind and body, as these two are our most valuable assets. Episode 1, last Tuesday, we discussed the importance of families having the conversation about aging. It is necessary. It can be uncomfortable. It can be difficult. However, it does not remove the importance. It should be at almost the top of our list as we are getting older, because we do get older. Every day we get older. Most of us who have a forever mindset, we may have a little challenge with addressing the aging process. We don't want to talk about it. We want to put our heads in the sand and kind of be like an ostrich. If we can't see, then it's not happening. But the reality is that it is happening. And while we try to avoid the conversation, we are going to have it at some point, whether or not we want to. I would prefer to be an active participant in the conversation. I want to be able to say to somebody, this is how I would like to be taken care of. I don't want the decisions to be made for me. And so we need to start talking about it. So, uncomfortable? Yes. Difficult? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. Let's start. Let us start thinking about how do we open the door to having this conversation, and who should be the initiator of these conversations about aging and what our parents want. I'm going to be honest with you, at this point in my life, I also have to start thinking about what are the plans I have in place, or what are the plans I need to be making to make sure that when I become older, that my children are aware of what I want to be done for me to make me comfortable. Sometimes the parents have no idea where to open the conversation. They don't know where to start, depending on how old they are. Like my mother really doesn't feel comfortable having the conversation about getting old or what we should do for her at the time when we have to be making decisions for her. She usually just tells us, you're in charge, do what you will. But I would want my mother to have a say in what is done for her. And that can only come from open, honest conversations that often cause us to be vulnerable. But I honestly believe that vulnerability results in walls being broken down and trust being built. And it is from us trusting each other, parents trusting their children and children trusting their parents, that we can have these conversations openly and honestly with the outcome that will help everybody to feel less stressed, to be aware of what is needed to be done. So let us start having it. Maybe your parents don't want to have it, but maybe you're going to have to be the one, as the caregiver, the child, the adult child, who will have to approach your parents and say, how would you like to be taken care of? What do you want me to do for you? In the event that you should become ill and you're unable to take care of yourself, what would you want me to do? There's no set outcome. There is no book that we can go into. There is nothing that we can go online to find that is going to be a one size fit all for every family. The reality is, you're going to have to know what works for your family. You're going to have to be open. You're going to have to say, hey, this is how much money I have. This is what we will be able to do with it. Or I'm going to be honest, I have no money. So, what will you, as my child, how are we going to work it out to make sure that I'm taken care of as a parent? And these are things that we're going to have to talk about. In our society, as I said, because of the many advertisements and the many magazines and the bulletins that we see on a daily basis, we really sometimes don't really think about aging and what that will look like. We want to reduce stress. Stress is a thing that we want to get rid of because with stress comes fear. Fear results in anger. And we don't want to be angry when we're having these conversations. The only way that we're going to be able to have a positive outcome is if we are less stressed and that we're honest in what we're saying to each other. Aging parent and caregiving adult. Aging parent and adult child. What will that look like? What will we have to say to each other? What are the things that we need to say to each other? Do you know what your parents would like for you to do for him or her in the case of an emergency? Have you ever talked about that before? I know that I have not. I have not had that conversation with my mother. I think that's because I'm afraid. I don't even want to think about something happening to her. I don't want to have that decision to make, like, what do I do if my mother has an emergency? But do I need to have that conversation? Yes, I do. Will I have that conversation? Yes, I will. And I need to have it very soon. So if you are an only child, what do you do? In my case, my sister and I, we kind of share my mother during the year. My sister keeps her for 6 months. I keep her for 6 months. And that makes it a little bit more manageable with her having dementia. It's easier for us to share that responsibility. It's not just left on one person. But what happens if you're like a single child, an only child, and you have nobody else to fall on? Your parent has dementia, and even if they don't have dementia, they may they have Alzheimer's, or they may have another illness, or maybe it's just the aging process where they can't move around as they would. The mobility is a bit weak. So what do you do? As a single child, my suggestion is, or anybody, whether you have a sibling or not, my suggestion is that we start researching in our areas, like what are some of the resources that are available in our area that can be beneficial to helping us to help our parents be the best that they can be during this season of their lives. Let us start looking at having conversations about what is your parents' advance directive? Do they have anything in place? Let us not wait until it's too late. And by too late, I mean when they are, like in my mother's case, at the stage where she just wants to leave it to us to take care of. Or it could be a stage where your parents' memory is so far gone that they can no longer have that conversation with you. Let us not wait. Let us be proactive. Let us talk about a power of attorney. Like in the case of any major decisions to be made, who will make that decision? Who would your parents feel more comfortable having made that decision for them? Let us talk about their health power of attorney. If they go into the hospital and decisions need to be made about whether an operation needs to take place or whatever is the best care for them, who makes that decision? Everybody can't make that decision. So you need to have the conversation with your parents about who will be making that decision for them. Let us talk about the wills and trusts. Most of us don't own a will. We don't have one. We don't have a trust. So when we're at the stage where we're no longer able to manage, or when we go to rest forever, then we're leaving those behind with not knowing what to do. Like, what do you do in such cases? And let us talk about the investments and savings with our parents. Where is their money? Whose name is on it? Do they have another name on the account? Who will be the one, if they're still living in their own homes, who will be the one who will do their financial transactions on their behalf? So these are some conversations that are absolutely necessary. Let us not waste time. Let us not put it aside. Let us take charge of it now. Let us do it. I am proud to be the daughter of an amazing 82-year-old woman. And I want to honor her with the decisions I make for her. I want to be her voice, but being her voice means that I need to know what she wants, what's important to her. I want her to know that her needs are important to me. Her opinion matters. I need her opinion. I need her input. For me to do that, I will need my mother to trust and to know that I have utter love for her. The conversations that we're having, it's not because I want to be bossy. It's not because I want to be in charge of her, but because I want to make sure that her needs are met. Not just what I want, but what she wants. What does she need from me, from our family? My family we still have a whole lot of things that we need to be addressing. And I'm confident that we are going to get there. We are working on it. It's a daily process. It's one day at a time. And we extend grace to ourselves. Please extend grace to yourself. Extend grace to your family. Extend grace to your aging parent, knowing that every day it's not going to be easy. It's hard. Taking care of an aging parent is hard, especially with the other responsibilities, the adult caregiver we have in our own lives. What I want you to think about is, what is happening in your family? When are you going to start the conversation? Do you know where to start? Please, whatever you do, start today. Try to make the conversations as natural as possible. We want our parents to feel loved and supported. There are really no quick answers. There's no one size that fits all. And it may look messy at first, but trust the process. We may need to use the slow cooker approach instead of the pressure cooker approach. We want that at the end of it, we're all comfortable with the decisions that need to be made, because it's going to affect all of us. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that today's episode helped you to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Extend grace to yourself, as I said before. Hug yourself, love yourself. Hug your aged parent, love on your aged parent. They're here with you right now. Make the most of it. Have the hard conversations, and see you next time. This is it from Aging Gracefully.